A rat discovers he's a culinary genius and decides to become the king of French cuisine. Ratatouille is about one rat's rise from the sewers to the kitchen, and it's Pixar's newest animated smash hit. It has children, parents, and critics squeaking its praises. But critics aren't the only ones with opinions. Tonight, we welcome as our critic for a day Chicago's breakfast queen, Ina Pinkney of Ina's Restaurant in the West Loop. And she's here to offer her dish on Ratatouille. Ina, good to see you.
And good to see you. And I have to tell you, when I first thought about a little rat in a kitchen, I went, oh, I don't know if this is so good. But let me tell you, it's good.
It's okay? You know,
yes.
because the whole notion of having a rat making food and then having other rats help him, I mean, that's pretty normally off-putting.
Very off-putting. But I have to tell you, there were so many pieces of this film that thrilled me, absolutely thrilled me.
Like what?
Well, I love the fact that they were so accurate. Even down to the clips that are holding the metal shelving together in the coolers. Those are the clips we all use in our restaurants.
In other words, the animated depiction of life in a kitchen
was absolutely perfect. I love the fact that when you went from the kitchen, which was intense and very, very busy, they went out into the dining room and it was totally quiet. That's what it feels like to us all the time.
The two sides of the business.
The two sides.
Well, in this first clip, an aspiring young chef named Linguini discovers that Remy, the rat, is no ordinary rat.
I need this job. I've lost so many. I don't know how to cook, and now I'm actually talking to a rat as if you... Huh? Did you nod? Have you been nodding? You understand me? So I'm not crazy. Wait a second. I can't cook, can I? But you can, right? Look, don't be so modest. You're a rat, for Pete's sake. Whatever you did, they liked it. Yeah, this could work. Hey, they like the soup!
Backing up a bit,
yeah.
The rat made a soup.
He did.
That was a huge hit, and they want this young chef Linguini to recreate it.
Because they thought he had made it, but the rat actually fixed it up after Linguini made a mess of it. So Linguini now has discovered he has to have a cohort here.
What do we learn from the... Do we learn anything from the movie about how kitchens work and how the whole team creates wonderful meals and so forth?
We do. We learn a lot in there. We learn that there's very different stations in the kitchen and what people do, and I love that part. I also love the fact that they, and I think we'll have a clip of this, of the woman in the kitchen. Very rare to have a woman in the kitchen in French restaurants, especially 2- and 3-star restaurants. So we learned a lot about that. We learn mostly, I think, that we all come from a tribe. And when we go to leave the tribe tries to pull us back. You know, I'm a first-generation American, and I married out of the tribe. Well, that was really rough. And I see Remy, and he's trying to leave the tribe and do something that is his dream come true. And even then, you notice he's up on 2 legs when he's trying to be a chef, but he's on 4 legs when he's with his family. So that was very interesting how they depicted that as well.
Well, as you alluded, there is a woman chef, and here we see the plucky young woman chef Colette on the plight of a woman in a male-dominated world.
Colette will be responsible for teaching you how we do things here.
Listen, I just want you to know how honored I am to be studying under such a...
No, you listen. I just want you to know exactly who you are dealing with. How many women do you see in this kitchen?
Well,
Only me. Why do you think that is?
Well,
Because haute cuisine is an antiquated hierarchy built upon rules written by stupid old men. Rules designed to make it impossible for women to enter this world. But still I'm here. How did this happen?
because you...
Because I am the toughest cook in this kitchen. I have worked too hard for too long to get here, and I am not going to jeopardize it for some garbage boy who got lucky. Got it?
Oh. Go home! Wow!
She knows her way around the kitchen, doesn't she?
She does indeed. That is the hardest society to break into, is a kitchen. Whether it's in a hotel kitchen or in a restaurant kitchen, it is a male-dominated world. And for a woman to break in, it is so hard.
Even in this country?
Even in this country, I admire the women who work through the hotel kitchen staffs, like Sarah Stegner at Prairie Grass and Carrie Nahabedian at Naha. They worked their way up through those kitchens. I don't know how they did it.
Basic definition, what is ratatouille?
Ratatouille is a fabulous dish made in Provence, and it's got zucchini and tomatoes. And if you go on the spicehouse.com, I put my recipe up there along with some of the spices.
All right, well, let's go to our last clip. And here, the young chef Linguini flirts with ratting out his little chef.
Don't do it. I have a secret. It's sort of disturbing. I have a
What?
I have a rat.
You have a rush?
No. I have this tiny, a tiny chef who tells me what to do.
Well, you have a tiny chef who tells you what you to do. You brought it in your pocket.
I brought him here today. Isn't he just the cutest? This is Remy.
Can we get a shot of
yes, here
Remy?
you go.
And Remy is a...
Actually, it's a Pez dispenser, but it's Remy. It's our Remy.
Well, he is adorable. You know, the fact that it's animated, the fact that here you have a rat that's cooking, I mean, is this more for adults or is it more for kids?
I think Pixar was genius in this because they hit every single age group. You can take a 5-year-old and they will see it as a cartoon. You can take a 10-year-old and they will learn the lessons of loyalty and trustworthiness and giving your all and being the creative type and still finding a way of acceptance. And then I saw plenty of adults there without any kids whatsoever.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
You know, we received an email from a viewer who was wondering about one of the scenes where the young chef becomes drunk and he's hung over the next day. And, you know, is that really a good thing to show in a movie where so many kids see?
I agree. I had a little bit of trouble with that. And I think the really young children won't really get it. And the 10-year-olds, I think you can explain it to them that the sous chef, Skinner, he was trying really hard to get some information from him. I think the older children can figure it out, but the little ones won't get it.
And there's also a treatment of critics in the movie. Your
Yes.
take on that?
Well, I found that fascinating. And here was Mr. Egon, what was his name? Ego. Anton Ego, Peter O'Toole's voice. Yeah, we all struggle.
And he has a revelation
He
at
does.
the end. He's this haughty person, but then
He does. He
eats-
tastes it, and he is transported back to his childhood. Well, that is the ultimate home cooking, you know. It's very primal to feed people, and I want to bring them back to a home place, and home cooking does that.
Well, let's see what the full-time professional critics had to say, Ina. Miriam D'Annunzio of the Chicago Sun-Times gave Ratatouille 3.5 stars, and she says the movie is a veritable feast of sound, sight, story, and so vivid you can smell them aromas of a 5-star Parisian restaurant. Bruce Ingram from Pioneer Press also gave Ratatouille 3.5 stars, saying the attention to photorealistic detail is dazzling. And the Tribune's Michael Phillips gave it a perfect 4 stars, saying he's never seen a computer-animated feature with this sort of visual panache and detail. Ina, how many stars would you give
It's
it?
a 4-star if ever there was one.
All right. Ina, thank you so much for
Oh,
going to
thank you,
movies
Phil.
for us.
Thank you.
And next week, CBS 2's Antonio Mora reviews the movie Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. That would be the 5th Harry Potter film, and it opens Wednesday. And the 7th and final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, rolls out on the 21st. In anticipation of both these events, we turn once again to a group of young people who